Now, in today's mail, we got some nice pictures here from our good friend Bob Lampione, who's been pretty much at the field every couple days now. I don't know when he's going to run out of time and energy, but he's sending some nice pictures of his Cavalier. I'll send some of these down for the District 2 report. Now, what's interesting here, some interesting stuff, is Richard Oliver, who's going to be here in a couple of days. He's going to be doing, maybe I don't have it exactly right, we'll have to get it right from the horse's mouth, but he's going to be doing a video of, this is Hank Forbes' Cavalier. He's going to do a video of building a Cavalier, which I think is a great idea. Probably with one of his little Jet 35s or Jet 40s. Jim Damarell's Pizza Wagon. And I think that'll be a very popular project. Noel Drindak and Bill Hummel are building up a profile, and they're going to be doing an extensive, there's some pictures from Flushing Meadow, an extensive report for Stunt News that's going to span a few issues. Anyway, Bobby's got the jet, the Rojet retrofit into his plane. We did that a couple days ago. And it'll be very interesting now to see how, if he gets, especially when Richard is here, if he gets the maximum performance he can get out of a plane that really is heavy. I was amazed how heavy it is when he had it in the cellar. We tried to lighten it up, but there's only so much you can do once a plane is built. Anyway, these were from Bob Lampione. A nice set. I really appreciate it, Bob. And we will pass these on to Stunt News. We got a set of photos from Charlie Perkinson, a Yak 9, Johnson 32. Now, it looks like he's the kind of guy that enjoys old-time stuff. This plane here is 30 years old. I always like to see people that the hobby is keeping them young. I'm sorry, John, the sport is keeping them young. Some old-time stunt ships covered in silk, and a scratch-built Chief. Some more of his collection of models. And I always like to see people that have got 30 years out of a model. That's my kind of model. 40-year-old Shark. Oh, 40-year-old Flight Streak. See, the eyes are going. Anyway, from Charlie, we do appreciate sharing them, and we will send some of these on to Stunt News for you. Bob Lampione also sent in some Nats photos to share with us. I'm sure that people that have enjoyed the video, complimented by having some nice photos of the people. And boy, it's Chip Smith in this one. But when you look back at the Nats that we just had, and I mean it was just a super Nats. And you know what? If you look real close, if you're a real sensitive guy, you'll notice it on the people's faces. Now here's a guy that definitely is having a lot of fun. Speaking of having fun, look at this old man in the chair here. This must be old man's row here. Look at this. Hard to believe that we could have this much fun without risking your life or spending your life savings like it would be for a Reno air racer. I got an email from Howard Rush the other day, just looking at Paul's plane, the Nats winning plane, Concourse winning plane, that he spent some time with one of the fellas that worked on the real Miss Ashley. The pictures and the video are priceless, because it's whether we realize it or not, time is passing us by. It just isn't really possible to evaluate just how much fun we're having. It's just, I don't know how to even explain it. Every time I think of what other thing you could be doing with your time, just hard to believe. Again, I'm just going through these real quick. Some of them are really, well, this one here, here's an example of why I like to have both video and pictures. Here we can see the advanced winning plane, Miss Ashley. If we want to look back and see what row a certain person was in, or always handy to have, always nice. Look at this, is a murderer's row. You believe this? Just a lot of fun. And we're going to get back to, we're going to hopefully get out to the field and get some flights on that B-25 today. This showed up well in Stunt News, the nice pictures they had in Stunt News there. Gordon Delaney's plane. Keith Trussell's Bearcat. Has a Jet 50, I believe, if I remember right. Anyway, it's going to be daybreak soon, and we're going to be on our way out to the field. Do appreciate sharing these from Bob. And we'll send some of these on to Stunt News, see if they want to. Well, they're always looking for pictures, so always good to have some extra ones. Day 7 of the Great American B-25 trim out, and just waiting my turn in the order here to get a flight. We'll try to get the camera in position, but sunlight is minimum, air is dead, and so I don't know if we're going to get any footage at all. But I know I had so many requests from people that say, try to get the camera down right. Yeah, it's easier said than done at this point. What's happening is where Richard is flying, I'm trying to figure out where he's been flying. He's got the first flight of the day here. We have our friend the helicopter. This guy up here, believe it or not, comes right over the field and watches us and blows air on us all. He's a traffic helicopter or whatever it is. Just some of the things we have to deal with on the great B-25. But it looks like we've got the starting routine down pat, hopefully. Check this out. We're taking pictures of him. He's taking pictures of us. Hard to believe. Look at this, we're going to be on national television. Oh boy, Richard and Wendy are on television. Oh boy, isn't this fun? See the planes going by? The downwash from that helicopter, believe me, is a real problem. And sometimes he'll sit right on top of the circle while you're flying a pattern and hover over. Yeah, he's leaving now. Go away. Alright, so I'm going to try to get the camera in position, get at least something that we can represent. So many people want to see this fly. I'm happy that so many people are interested, but it's just fun flying it. I keep saying it over and over, but it is fun. West, no matter what you do, that's how it is. just wanted to get a couple of minutes on this. This is Les Demet hasn't flown a plane in 27 years. And we got out here this morning. He's getting his first thrill. We got a nice rich run on this Rojet 40 on our test plane. I just wanted him to get. He's afraid he might get dizzy after 27 years, but it looks like he's holding his own here. Anyway, I guarantee you, in a couple of flights he'll be back, just like you never were away. It's amazing how quick you remember this stuff. So we feel real good about this because one of our goals today was to get Les in the air, get him some flights. He's itching to start building planes. He gives gun lessons and shotgun lessons. The season is coming to an end for the gun things, and we're going to start building very aggressively. Hopefully be able to knock out more than 1 or 2 planes. We're shooting for 4, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. But anyway, Les Demet, first flight in 27 years. See what we got. Well, that's how it was the first couple of days of flying the B-25, and it's really fun looking back at all this footage, and hope you've enjoyed sharing it. But we got to get ready for our visit with Richard Oliver. He's coming in, and we expect to have 3 or 4 days of just learning from him, and hope he can learn something from us. Maybe he can learn how to pay for the pizza. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. Now, one of the best parts, or the fastest growing parts of our business, has been breaking in and getting engines ready to deliver to the customers while they're waiting for them all tuned, ready to go. The most important part of this, I think, is following the Sato instructions. Number 2, we get the engine exactly like they say, under 4,000 RPM for a good 45 minutes to an hour before we put any kind of load on it, before we get any kind of a lean setting. Now, when you first start it up, of course, you're going to get this black oil coming out. That's why I look at the breather. About an hour and a half into it, the oil will come out nice and clean. And at that point, we know the motor is broken in. Now, you can see it's running plenty rich. No chance it's going to fry. We got it running a few minutes now. We can up it just a little bit. Tell, but we got a hurricane coming in here. The trees are blowing just in time for Rich Oliver's visit. Predicting some really nasty weather in the next couple of days. My poor pond is all covered with debris. But this is a good service because it allows people that are new to 4-strokes to start off with a motor that's pretty much flip and fly when they get it. I think it's a bargain too at $25. Break-in cycle, you can see crystal clear oil. Once it's crystal clear, we can bring it up to full power, let it run another 10 or 15 minutes. But it started out with the oil being really dirty, and as it's run, it's got, right now it's absolutely crystal clear. Hooky is good. Hooky is good. Well, Rich Oliver's here. He's going to get some flights on Miss Ashley, I hope. You ready to go, Rich?
I think so.
Of course, we lost him. I left him at the airport.
Rich Oliver. Jim, glad to meet you.
Hey, Jim, I didn't recognize him at the airport. We walked by each other 12 times before I knew.
2 hours.
He shaved. I didn't even recognize him. But it's still dead, you know. And you go through it once, you move the maneuver, you go through it again, you move it. It's unpredictable. So I would just. I've had it look better. As soon as the breeze kicks up, that'll watch it. Well, we're getting flights. That's all I care. And even Even the worst flight is better than sitting home and not being it. We've had a lot that storm. We've had a lot of. Oh, that's okay. I haven't had a handle shot. Well, I got 3 days to wear the plane out. I got 6 gallons of fuel. You run out, I'll go to Hobby Shop and buy more. Don't worry about it. Get your battery.
Okay, did you change the tail wheel? Is that what you did?
No. Try it one more time with the right speed, and it will pull a tail wheel. You're right. You fly without a tail wheel. Go home, I'll saw it. You're not going to burn on a nice day. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I can do? I can put Randy's spinner on. That'll give you an ounce of weight. I have a Randy, arrow.
That's not the light.
Yeah, this is real light. Well, he wants a little nose weight if he's using it as
Yeah, that's perfect.
That I know is right.
That's what we do.
Well, you shoot it this way. It's like a pair of a little fast. This is only Richard's second flight on the plane, so. 5.5, okay, you can live with that. But the air is still a little dead. And of course it's a new plane, and he hasn't flown in a while, so we'll give him a day or so to warm up here. Got the Jet 65 in there, windy pipe, 13 with my own pitch in, my secret pitch from my secret gauge. 5.5 upright, 5.2 inverted. Well, this runs faster inverted, Jim. I'll bet by this afternoon he'll be just humming. We'll find out. Yeah, it's set a little faster inverted. There's a real easy reason why, Jim. I ran out of tank shim area. My own fault. He doesn't look all that uncomfortable with it, so a couple flights from now he'll be like an old shoe. Nah, we were up late last night too. He didn't get more than 2 hours sleep. We were throwing a bull all over my shop. Chickadooley actually kept him awake last night. Chicky likes him. Chicky approves. take the, it's got the brass tail wheel. The 65 is a ½ ounce heavier than the 60, so I just put a brass tail wheel on. I can just take it off now instead of, or we can put a heavier spinner on. Let's see what he wants to do. Really his choice. It looks like it's going to be a nice day, relatively warm. Predicted to go up into the 80s. We're predicted the next 3 days. It should be real nice weather, we hope. Let's do show and tell. Tell everybody your first, last, and middle initial.
Okay, it's Paul Citron.
Okay, Paul. Wife named Kim.
Yep.
She did all the work on it. Now he sat back.
Oh, like Jim Burley's wife, eh?
Oh, that's pretty, I'll tell you.
Gorgeous.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
Brodak? Yeah,
Dope.
Brodak. Seems
All
everybody.
Brodak dope, yeah.
Carbon veil.
Over the wood?
Yeah. Yeah, which is, I did a lot of experimenting with it because it's the first.
Well, I did carbon veil on mine. That's all covered with carbon veil. And on the new one I'm doing, I worked with
This is something I don't like right here.
fiberglass veil.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna switch those to those ultra.
Where's Jimmy? This is Paul Citron, by the way. This Richard Oliver from Texas.
Richard, how you doing, Richard?
So the first thing he's going to do, let's take the motor and throw it away and put a road jet in there. There's your wallet. Paul, how much money you bring with you?
Yeah, this thing, it ended up heavier than what I wanted by about 4 ounces.
Put a jet in it. Let me see the bottom. It's got to be the same. I know how your work is. Yeah, that's really nice. Boy, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That was air epoxy on the Phillips and all.
Right, right. This is an accident waiting to happen. Ask Noel Drindak what the right one to get is. No, these really are. I'd hate to see you lose this plane. What's in the tail? The same thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, lose that. That's those little things.
You gotta fly it with it, copper wrap it, get some wire and double wrap.
If you want, doesn't hold. No, that's an accident. It's worth bringing it down here just to get rid of that.
Oh, absolutely. That's how I wanted to bring it down to.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what does it weigh?
It weighs about 47,
Okay.
which is about 4 ounces more than what I had.
Well, if this motor turns out to be not enough motor, he's got 100 motors in a box over by my house, and just don't tell your wife. We'll do it with the Windy Credit Plan.
Well, part of it.
You know how they get cars, you don't have to pay for them till tomorrow? I'm not like that. You got to pay right now.
I did part of it to myself. I had shortened the nose up because of the CAMB.
Okay, right.
Then I lengthened the tail and I said, I'll put a couple of extra rudders on it. Well, I picked up about an ounce and a half on the tail that I didn't plan on. Originally, anyway, because this is about 3 inches longer than a standard prowler.
Okay.
And everything else.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I know on the video you can't really see the quality to finish, but this is absolutely flawless. It really is nice. Ford flat. All Brodak.
First time I've ever tried spraying, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
experience.
Some people have been doing it for 20 years and haven't gotten it. And this, see, you can't feel it. It's nice. That's beautiful. Well, if the motor's not powerful enough, you can always get a bigger motor. That'll fit in there. And by making the nose short, you allow yourself the choice of putting a 50 in there or a bigger engine, you know?
Yeah, I've got a 53 that's dynamite.
You may need it. Well, fly it first. Got lines with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Line it up. We'll help you. First flight, right?
Yeah, the engine has you can run. This is.
Oh, we'll run it on the ground.
Whoa, did you let it go?
you do, Robert?
Like a Dynajet, I think.
Take it raffle the whole damn thing, too.
What sneaker that's
It's an 8 to a 4.
Wow, the back of
Conical pitch.
Well, that's about
It went straight overland now. I forgot all my 5 pitches. But I have one. I had lots of them. I'll get pictures watching if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not like a one shot. It hurts.
Yeah, I can relate to it going so much.
I don't feel too well in.
My sneakers have become greasy, Rich.
You standing back there?
Look at them.
Hey, that sounds like combat pack.
He's getting combat pay.
That's exactly right. He's gonna have to buy me a new pair of sneakers after he finishes flying this bomber.
You got that right, baby.
took off flying in different directions. Didn't know what he was going to do. We just had one motor quit. Machine. Proud papa. Rightly so. Very, very, very nice airplane. Flies very well. And Lindy's like a kid in a candy store. He's really enjoying this airplane.
Like the circle burner feels?
I suspect even worse. These are right on the top of
short trees, so you get a better roll, but not as strong.
You know, you get a lot of respect. There's 9 guys in the field. You're going to fly, nobody gets up to them. Yeah, they welcome you here with open arms, no problem.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
You want to try putting that tape in another piece or no?
getting more and more established. Straight, almost a straight foresight. Well, I'm gonna see. I just realized I'm getting tight. That's got a squiggly letter, right? Yep. Yeah, he was playing around on the ground for a half an hour, setting the needle. All right, yeah, he was just going to start the overhead.
So after a good day of flying, we're down at the club. We're going to have a little meeting tonight at the Teterboro Hall of Fame Museum. Let's see how many people show up here. Now, what is that made out of? A honeycomb core?
Yeah, hold it up to the light.
Hold it up, Rich.
Yeah, I see a couple of bees in there.
Yeah, it's yellow and black.
And who makes that? The bees? Bee opera?
You know what this reminds me of? The half-assed.
Yes.
Fast.
Really close. Right, you
What kind of motor's on there? What little motor is that? A Norvell?
They start to run is the amazing thing about Norvell.
They're tough the first time around, I'm told.
Real tough.
But once they're broken, they're pretty hot.
So we're very similar to the half-mast.
We've had these donated to us
Yeah. Did you get one of these? Yeah.
for our participation and use in the Intrepid project.
The control line, you have to do that. Problem is, George's son is getting married.
So the way it works is it comes in this box.
You got an umbrella?
That's nice. And I think pretty much all you have to do is turn the motor on.
And how much are these?
They're just over $100 a kit, but,
Oh, it comes with the lines and everything.
yeah, Bill Harvey is the person who sent these out to us. He's the person that I contacted. I don't think he's gotten a lot of feedback on these. You know, they've been making them for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And what we
How are you, Robert?
is that the
I understand you had some excitement there at the field.
compliment to that.
Could anybody fly one at the field yet?
We flew last Sunday down to Middlesex.
They flew flying?
And actually, I don't want, he's laser cutting these out of plywood, so we're gonna trace out a Brodak handle and tell him change.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll have.
Yeah, the laser thing is no big deal.
But somebody off the street will not get one of these started. We need some.
No, I see.
Today, it's a real
They're
crap.
difficult to get started, huh?
The first time.
Big
After
electric
that,
finger.
An electric finger, yeah.
spring start works on it.
Bounce test.
turn it.
Disturbing the meeting here.
So everybody, while poor Richard's up there, they're gonna take his motors, the cars will be leaving the parking lot. He'll go out, the car will be empty.
And Richard's got the bar stock jet engine. Really? So,
You know, this would be.
Cigarette holders. It's not even round. Looks like pipes that,
It's going around. It's going around now. It's made and anodized.
Thunder Tiger 36.
We bought every muffler everyone offered, and the goal was to build a lighter one. And ours is about a half-ounce lighter than the lightest one we found.
I can have this, Rich?
Maybe
This, Rich?
375 and you can have it.
That one's board paper.
But I brought it for
Or you can mug him in the parking lot, that's easy because he's an old man. He has no energy.
Which ones are,
You can pull a senior citizen discount on
well,
him.
why don't you tell us about the different sizes and what they're for? Since you guys are in captivity up there, yeah, that's a great opportunity. Hay back there. The bar stock engine came about because of the inconsistency in casting. And it started as a quarter midget racing engine, Quickie 500. Doug worked on these cases for several years, refining the CNC process. Like most engineers, he was told you can't CNC a case and it be light, be right, all those things. So Dub says, okay, if I can't do it, I'm going to do it. It's been a natural process, ongoing. Little refinement here, little refinement there. The first ones came out a little bit on the heavy side. He learned where he could take metal away. And these engines, the bar stock engines, have become the standard in racing. I don't think Henry Nelson, which makes the PA, would ever do something like this. He would have to devote a couple of years to figure out how to make a CNC machine and make these things. Dub is not in need of work. So for him to spend a couple of years working on this was free time, his free time. So I don't think you bet, and he's extremely proud of him. When I couldn't get a PA, when did I do this? Last March. I needed engines. I raced Powerline for 30 years. And I started flying stunt, flew control line as a kid, and I said, Bill Rutherford came over one day and said he's going back to stunt, and I said, I always wanted to, I'm going to join you. When I couldn't get a PA, I went down to Dub and I said, look, we're making stunt engines. I mean, he's only 10 minutes from me. And he says, you stunt guys drive me nuts. You never know what you want. You change from day to day. And you make 50 and you want one and make... I said, look, my money, do it my way. I'll tell you what I want and I'll buy all that I tell you I want. So a little bit of cash and a little bit of back rubbing and a little bit of coercive. We made the first 61 and I competed the first few races, I'm still a foul guy. First few contests with it, it really ran well. The bar stock ones we hadn't quite developed yet. The 61, I got it running really well. Right before the Nats, the first 65 went in my airplane.
Oh my God.
Never came out. Sweetest, greatest, perfect stunt motor I have ever seen on anybody's airplane. The 61 should run the same way.
On the outside, what on the inside?
Bob not here.
No, he's not.
He ran one today. I sold him my backup motor, which was a 61 from the Nats. Best stunt runs I think he's ever had. The bar stock engine cools better. You have what you... The technology and the thought process is you have an aluminum case with an aluminum liner, with an aluminum piston that are all materials that like each other. They expand the same, they stay round, they stay square, they stay rigid. The system works together. When we had casting, brass, and high silicon pistons, it was a crapshoot. You'd have a good engine, a bad engine, a good engine, a bad engine. The bar stock seems to have normalized everything. We can build 10 pylon engines, all 10 run, within 100 or 2 of each other. That's the only thing we can't control is the piston. Pistons are high silicon content. The guy that pours these things up and stirs it up, the guy, the machine. Silicon doesn't always get the same all the way around. So you get a little difference in piston, but it's nominal. So stud engines, I think, are going to be the exact same way as racing engines. So I hope these things will become the standard because anyone that's using them has seen it. It's a motor. You bolt it in, you needle it, you go fly.
Rich, what kind of material is being used for the sleeve?
The same material that's being used on the case.
Same aluminum?
Same aluminum. We're right now attempting to use the same material that we're using for the piston. The piston, the liner, and the upper half of the case will all be the same material. High silicon content. It's killing the machines. The machines don't like cutting this high silicon material. It won't chip. Tools dull really quickly, so it's not really working out the way we'd like. I'm telling Doug this runs good, why would we change it? But the Australians that are racing FAI are claiming that they're doing some of the same type engine work with the whole engine being out of the piston material, which is a 22% silicon content. We'll probably build a couple, see if they run. If there's no significant increase, the machining costs go way up with this stuff. You can see a $100 increase in the price of the engine. because that material is very, very expensive, and it dries up. You order it one day, you can't get it. 6 months later, you get it all you want. So it's probably not...
Silicon carbide. Is that the material that you're using, silicon carbide?
No, it's high silicon content aluminum.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why these engines, if you're not careful about maintaining them, they will get dull. That nice shine will go away because the material doesn't like staying shiny. We've attempted to use some stuff that does like to stay shiny, but again, it went back to being hard to machine. So water's the enemy of these engines. The shine will go away if you let it get wet, moisture sit on it. But you can do it like a spinner. You can polish it right up. And it'll look like a brand new shiny spinner with little chrome and aluminum polish. So, but we're real proud of these engines all being within a breath's air of each other in quality, in horsepower, and the way they run. Even when we were building cast case engines, you build 10, set them on the table, go to the test bench, there'd be 5 dogs in that bunch for upper level competition. For sport engines, they were all fair. But if you were going for that last second of speed, there would be 5 that weren't even close. There'd be 4 that are so-so, and there'd be 1 that, hey, this might be a good one. These all are close to each other, very close. So it proved its, in almost anything commercial, it proved itself in the racing circuit. And so I went down and said, Dub, tired of trying to beg somebody for a motor, I'm making motors.
Lampion was happy as if he had sense.
He was a kid. He was born with a new toy today. Yeah. I sold him my backup motor from the Nats.
He put it in that, and, you know, I mean, he'd been chasing around with that 50 with a pipe. And he put a big pipe on it too, didn't he, Richard?
Yeah, he put one of Wendy's 65.
Which is something that, you know, Wendy's been preaching since you've been building pipes, is you just need a lot of volume in the pipe.
Yeah. He had a good engine that's running really well, a pipe setup that Wendy set up for him. He tried to use his 51 props right at first, so we had to get some prop on it. Yeah. But after that, it was, what did we say? He's got a good engine running now he's talking. You know, he's coming out of the circle just telling us about it.
His sex life went up about 2,000% today.
Good motor run, can't change that.
And I hope he tells his wife about it too.
But in the same vein, I kept finding other things that were needed. I started making a little filter that's no bigger than the fuel line, so they can fit between the engine and the side of the fuselage.
And I have a dozen of them now, I got all the Richards, I know that.
He kept calling and said, send more.
Very good.
Less, send more. But we also make a huge syringe that you can fill an 8-10 ounce tank. It is CNC made with a nitrile outside. Last year lifetime.
Comes with an instruction book.
Comes with an instruction book.
I got one.
We couldn't figure out what it was.
So,
I bought one last year.
Comes with a picture of Bob Lampion. Before and after.
like I said, mufflers, I thought the mufflers needed to be addressed. I ordered mufflers, and no one was willing to make them. So I said, I'm just going to have to make my own. So, and the drill jigs I've always thought was something that would be nice, not to build around your motor, build around the jig. It also doubles as a paint jig. It doubles, we drilled the crank, we drilled a hole that would simulate exactly where the crank is, so if you want to set your spinner from it, or put thread rod on it, it becomes a paint jig.
I said, oops.
We drilled in the exact location for the glow plug. So you can actually run a 12 quarter 28 screw up through the bottom with a pointed, ground down pointed, and it will locate the plug hole in your cowl for you. So you don't get that off to one side and get oblonged or bigger than you want because you missed the exact location. So just one of those little nice tools, and at least every other week I run into the shop, Deb, we're making this weekend. You know, and we go through it, no we're not, yes we are, no we're not, yes we are. By the end of the day, yeah we are.
How many of these different mufflers have you got?
I've just made the 40 and the 60, which fit my engine, but in the smaller 40, it will fit the OS, it will fit the Thunder Tiger, it will fit the later Foxes.
And you can drill that hole out in the back and make
I
it
see these holes like hexagons.
That's how we assemble it.
Oh, okay.
This is one piece. cigar tube, and threaded. This is another piece that's screwed in.
So that's why you have to hack more.
And the hex so we can get some bite on it. And then this is also screwed on. Those two screws are screwed onto there, and then it's all, I have to heat those things for about an hour to make sure that the Loctite and there's a special Loctite that would glue the screws in and glue the two parts together. But without heat treating it, it was first time.
No, that's true.
You guys in my oven at home, my wife's, what's that doing?
Is this enough volume coming out of here? I like 3/8, that's just my personal preference, but
And how big is it?
that's probably a 3/8 square, right?
Well, it actually starts as a 3/8 hole, and then we run the tool down it, so you get an edge on the 3/8.
More than 3.
I guess you could say it is, because we start with a 3/8 hole.
So if you start with a 3/8 hole, and
And then we run a broach.
Then that'll work.
When I make those,
optical illusion or something, because it doesn't look like it's much area.
I told him, let's leave enough meat that if a guy wants to run a drill through there, and open it up a little bit. I throw my 40 and my 61 side exhaust with them, and our side exhaust cast engine is an extremely good choice in place of the Super Tiger 60. It's $300. It will turn an inch more prop, 500 more RPM than any SD60.
That's the one I did get. The cast one,
The cast
That's the one you have, yeah.
Yeah.
It runs okay?
Runs great.
So, the cast engine is still a good engine, and I sell those at $50 cheaper than the bar stock, just because I have to. The bar stock is just, it's more expensive to produce, but the cast engine is still a good engine. It's just not jewelry.
Well, you know, if it
jewelry.
gets dull, it looks like it has patina, that phrase patina. It might look a little more authentic if it gets a little dull.
Just let it sit for a while, I'll see it.
Yeah.
Give it a Sabatino. He'll put a hex head screw in it somewhere.
Once it hits the ash, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might say a little something about Richard. How
much are they selling for?
Blue stuff for the first time. I think are you a pilot champion or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like the trophies are, it's a rarity. But he flew stuff for the first time, was, tied for 8th or 10th or something with
They ended up 9th.
And he was the first recipient of the James Hunt Superior Engineering Award or whatever that was.
I'm still not sure when I got it, but excellence in technical
Because
achievement.
Windy, for instance, didn't come with 6 different new motors.
Oh,
That's why. You know. I mean,
How much are they selling for, from my ask?
Which ones?
Either one.
The bar stock 61 is 3.5. The Cascade 61 is 300. The 65, it only comes in bar stock. It'll come side or rear exhaust, and it's 375.
And the 40?
The 40 is 275. Side or rear exhaust.
Thank you, Richard, and welcome to New Jersey, and welcome to Circle Burners.
I'm having a ball.
Appreciate your coming in long distance.
If I might say something about this group of people, when I was at the Nats, first time for me at the Nats, and you know how the L pad is laid out, for you guys have been there. There was this one group down at the end of the L pad that was having fun. They were laughing. They were running around. They were hollering at each other, and the tents were falling down. And I'm saying, that's not anything like those guys over there. So then I heard somebody holler, Wendy, come on over here, Wendy. And I go, that's Wendy's group. That's those.
My herd of cow.
I'm right next to him.
What a claim to fame, huh?
This is where I want to be. I want to be over here with these guys. They're having fun.
What is that? Is there a message there somewhere?
Yeah, if you're not having fun, you're doing this wrong.
Right.
This is the
Here we are early in the morning, Saturday morning. Which all of us taking a little flight. We look like we're going to have a great day today. We're hoping the wind doesn't get too bad or that it doesn't get too hot. We just had the best of days yesterday. Wound up going to Richard's favorite Italian restaurant where we all had plenty of food. Went out to the Railroad Cafe for supper. Went to the club meeting. I guess we got some of the footage from Rich's little demo there at the meeting. Just turned out to be a great day. Had a lot of fun. We're expecting to have some good experiments today. Richard's got a spare 40. We're going to try and Les Demet's plane, well, the test plane. We have a side exhaust 65 that if Brian brings Strager, we may be able to shoehorn that right in. And we expect the guys from Massachusetts, Dave and Woody, to come down. Again, on a day this nice, and it looks, look at the cloud cover here. It looks like we're really going to luck into this. A little cool in the morning. Richard, of course, is from Houston, where it's a little warmer than this, so he's opted for the optional sweatshirt. Now what this has given me an opportunity to do is see what my plane looks like from outside the circle and get some video from the angles that I would like. I never get to see it from this angle. I kind of like it too, to tell you the truth. Running Richard's bar stock 65. A windy pipe. Carbon fiber tank, carbon fiber spinner that Elliot provided us with, a Medusa spinner. And some of the props that Les Demet and I worked on that are 13 inches by, right now, about 4 inches of thick. But again, I'm going to do a few of these up for other people. GD Hobbies is making a replica of this with the pipe and the props, so we're going to try to get him a replica set up. He's going to send us some props in the near future. We got the pipe finished for him. It's almost ready to put in the mail. Just got to go over and post-cure it. And of course the bomber. We just like to get some flights on the bomber. Just some fun flying on the bomber. Now the contest tomorrow, they're predicting rain. I hope they're wrong. The characteristic of our area here, a lot of times we have a better time on the day before a contest than the day of the contest, just because we get a more relaxed atmosphere and get to fly each other's planes or do some trim changes or some prop tests or some motor runs or whatever. The day before an East Coast contest always just seems to be a good laid-back time.
It's Saturday morning. Let's see, we're in New Jersey, Palisades Park. Wendy's fueling up his B-25. Trying to figure out what the date is. Let's see, September 14th, 2002. Gorgeous day, 75 degrees about. It's probably 8:30, 8:45. And I already got a group of guys here. You can find them. There's Les and Jim Demerol. See over we can see here. Bob Lampion, Rich Jacoboni. I can't remember this band's name. That's because I'm old. And we have skaters and walkers, runners, people learning to drive. it to keep it airborne. It looks like it hangs out there pretty good. Let's see if we can catch just one engine running.
not for all money in the world. Not for all, I've already done it, and when that one ran out of fuel, the plane is unflyable. It comes right in it. So I'd rather, at any price, just let the outer one. That's
Tell me what you did so we know. This is your motor, Richard's pipe.
No, same deal. All we've done is change the pipe.
Only changed the pipe. Same prop? The APC?
Same prop.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
did
Richard said... Uh-oh. All right, then.
Oh, now you're going to get fuel.
Richard said that.
Uh-oh.
He is...
I don't want to be the guy launching this plane.
No way.
You better get over to the camera. I just heard Richard said that. And
Richard's going to launch this
So you
plane.
better get over there and edit that tape right away, brother. Rico.
We were talking about props.
Gary Byers is here with his absolutely beautiful Cardinal. Boy, this is a beauty with some pearlescent paint. And we want to get a little show and tell. It's a Cardinal, of course. Look at the little nose art he's had on this. That's really, really creative. Wow. I was telling the guys last year, your experience. Henry and the Hip Wiggle. Jenny and the Jets.
I gotta see that movie. That must be fun.
And this is...
Okay, this is the Cardinal. Second paint job. I got this thing about painting planes twice.
Well,
Times or...
we've all been divorced a few times.
No, I've never been divorced. Been married 35 years.
All right.
My bride, Kathy. This is actually the second paint job.
Now, this is pearlescent. I see it looks like Bob Brookins' pearl.
Yeah, up on the nose and the leading edge of the wing is
just lilac pearl dust put into clear, and then shot on, and then of course clear over it.
Now I love the little nose art. Tell me how you did the nose art. Trisket paper?
I tried the Trisket paper, but the Trisket was just so tacky. I ended up just using the rubber cement technique.
Oh, okay. I've done that. That works well.
Down in sections. That's how I did all the lettering with the rubber cement.
I love the nose art. That is really nice. Nice and original, too. Tiger 60?
Super Tiger 60 says thanks Woody, but Woody's ended up needing bearings, so this is actually thanks Dave Cook.
Well, just put duct tape over Woody's neck.
Really, put that 200 miles.
Hey, you like the AP, what is that, a 13.6?
12.6.
Okay, 12.6 and a motor.
PC, I was running a 12.6 Zinger,
Okay.
and I was pretty happy with that. I put this on. It seems to turn corner a little better, but just never got the opportunity to switch back and forth to see exactly what the
You really have to do it like one flight right after another without the wind changing,
Right.
and like here there's 20 people flying, so.
Right. That's the way it is at our field too.
Yeah,
You know, you want to give everybody a shot when
Yeah.
they come out there. They,
well, you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get there before the muskrats leave the field. That's a pretty plane. I love that color, boy.
I was actually trying to make a purple. It's metallic blue.
Did you mix the color yourself?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a purple. It was metallic blue and I think wacko red or something. And of course in the cellar under the fluorescent lights, it looked a little different shade than what it ended up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
I've done that.
Don't look at the crack on the canopy.
We won't even ask. This a little nose art guy on the tail, too? A little Woody Woodpecker kind of thing?
My wife got those at the
Or is that a
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner? That's
My
it.
wife got those at the post office. They actually had rub-on transfers.
Ah!
And he was a lot more colorful than that until he got hit with clear dope.
Rodak dope wiped him out.
And he just went,
Oh, bzz. That is pretty. I like the canopy. Now that's copper powder in the clear?
it's actually copper paint.
Oh, copper paint. Okay.
Yeah, I have, I don't know where I got it. I have cans of Sig copper.
Sig copper. And the lettering is gold?
Gold, yep.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'd like to know how that prop, at some point in time when you have hundreds of flights on it, how that prop works on a Tiger 60, because I've never known anybody that's used one, you know what I mean? Very nice, very, very nice. Now, just hit it so you see the pause.
Record now.
When you give it to somebody who hasn't...
Wendy sends me over here and he says, stand over by the tree. I'm liable to get bitten by an alligator or a mosquito, get West Nile virus or something, for Christ's sakes. Stand over by the tree. Now tomorrow's supposed to be a miserable, miserable day. So, we'll see.